Podcast.
Better than biscuits.
Welcome to, I believe, lads, episode 40.
No way.
Well, I might be wrong. No, I think it is.
40?
I'll double check, but I can't be bothered to get up. Let's go with that. And if it's wrong,
Episode 40, yeah.
we'll celebrate it next week, or the week after that, or the
nearly as
week
old
after
as
that,
John
until
now.
we're the 40th one.
Don't know you dare. It was pushing 42.
He was drinking out of a tip mug.
That wasn't my choice, was it?
I think I heard you ask for that.
Have you all been?
Alright. I've been absolutely fine. Well, I've had a bit of an argument with my neighbour, but apart from that, I've been
Oh,
alright.
God, yeah. We've woken Angry John up. That didn't take long.
That's got him worked up, hasn't it? For the podcast.
Welcome, John.
I said there were 9 times out of 10 we can park outside or front, but the second I need to park somewhere else, especially when I've got kids, I'm going to park there.
Ladies and
Simple
gentlemen,
as.
this is John.
It's John.
We've also got Dean, who's actually said more words already than I thought he would.
Yeah.
The coffee's kicking in now, I think. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's a bit hungover, aren't you, Dean?
Yeah, I went
Got
to
any
the...
wipes? I seem to have made a mess here.
Oh, John.
What do you mean?
Like there's a bit of biscuit and a bit of coffee on the table.
It's fine, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, but I won't ever put my elbow in it, you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
That's all he's bothered
I'm all
about.
himself.
I know, what's this thing? No, I won't, that's a bit crinkly, it'll probably make a hell of a sound.
And then we've also got Simon, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good? Anything to report?
No.
Okay. And then there's me, Rick. And yeah, we lads, we hit 10,000 followers this past week on Twitter,
Give myself a pat on the back.
which is good, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, hang on, I'll take that back because obviously we're just co-presenters.
Do you know what would have been really effective there?
Sidekicks in this.
Your clapping sound effects.
Oh yeah, the reason why we set all that up.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we do that bit again? What achievement?
Oh, lead balloon springs to mind.
That's good, isn't it?
Where'd that come from?
The crowd outside.
It's the crowd we've got watching us. We're on stage.
That is the
aren't we?
10,000 followers outside now, giving it that.
Oh, it's still going.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they like that, John. They like that.
Okay,
Stop
now.
that.
Thank you, 10,000 followers.
Some guy with a plasterboard telling applause and stop.
I like how Simon's the only one drinking this week.
Yeah,
You notice how I gave you all drinks last time?
yeah.
It's your turn to bring them.
Fuck off.
No, we all got a little bit out of control after our one drink.
We did a little bit, didn't we? We recorded a popcorn wars for people to write, and
You fucked it all
it
up.
all fell apart. We all got a little bit.
Whoa, hang on. No, hang on.
Maybe I fell apart.
I like how he's passing his blame onto us, right? When it was him who made the game up, missed this section.
I tell you what, right? This weekend, I decided not to drink any alcohol and just have a quiet weekend.
How's that working out for
This
you?
has been the most boring weekend of my life, and I feel ill. I feel really ill. So I clearly need a little bit of booze.
No, I think you clearly need help.
Like Benny the Robot.
See, I got in. Yeah, I've done nothing. I got in. I fell asleep straight. I'm just feel like all horrible and rubbish. And we just. I need to make some plans for next weekend.
Oh my god.
I haven't been bored in years. And last night I was sat and I was like, oh. You know what, right? I've got a million films to watch, and I've started watching Game of Thrones through again. So that kept me entertained for a little bit. But like, I just wasn't in there one of the moods where you just couldn't be bothered to do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I've got these films to watch, and I am quite excited for them, but I can't be arsed.
What's the words I'm looking for? Boo fucking who?
Yeah,
Anyway, that's too polite.
Right, we've got a lot of
Who
news.
gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey,
Not interested?
hey.
Shall I continue?
All of the above.
We've got a lot of news to go through. Well, a lot of trailers to go through.
A lot of Comic Con, wasn't it?
Comic Con, that's right, Dean. Do you know what that is, John? What's Comic Con, John?
Isn't it like a festival sort of scene?
Festival?
Where like a lot of people get together dressed as comic.
You know what? He's actually right.
He's right.
Comic characters, and you was laughing, right? And you thought I didn't have a clue. It is that, isn't it?
It is. Alright, because I haven't. Has anyone watched the leaked trailer for Avengers?
Yes. Worth it as well.
Don't say anything, because you know what,
You
right?
can see exactly what's going on, even though it's not the best.
No, the one I saw was like filmed from right below the screen, and you could only see like quarter of like the corner of it.
No, you can see this.
Did you see all of it?
Yeah.
See, and I was like, I'm not watching like this, and the sound was all muffled, and I want to watch it in like HD beautifulness, and it really like half the world's now seeing the trailer in some shoddy quality. They should have just released it, but then I also understand why they didn't, because it sets a precedent. Like if you record a trailer and gets out there, then they have to release it. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of bowing down to pressure, so it's. But I'll wait for the proper one to come out.
See, I'm not really bothered about trailers. You know, like if it gets released, I'm not that bothered.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll watch the trailer again when it comes out.
but you liked it, did you? Did it look alright?
It's going to be good. It's going to be epic.
They can't release it yet anyway, can they, really? Because you've still got Thor coming out. You've still got Black Panther coming out. So releasing a trailer for Avengers, like the third film in the future, is a bit...
Too much?
Yeah. Too much, too soon, maybe. But
So don't worry, by the time it comes to the release date, I would have forgotten about it anyway.
yeah. Yeah, maybe. They might release it for Thor, probably. Maybe. Beginning of Thor, that would make sense.
Yeah, probably will, yeah.
So, onto the trailers. Thor Ragnarok got a new one. You see a lot more of the Hulk, don't you?
Great. Looks good.
The Hulk's like my favourite character, and it looks...
I like the retro vibe they're going for as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've seemed to have, a couple of Marvel films are starting to go like that way, aren't they?
Very colourful, aren't they? If you look at the posters, they're very, very colourful. It's gone very Guardians.
And have you noticed the tune? A bit like Tron, electronic tune in the background of it as well.
A lot more humour added.
A lot more humour, yeah. So I thought it was going to be quite dark with it being Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was going to be quite a dark film, but it's not. They've just brightened it all up. It looks jokey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I hope it's not going to be cheesy though.
I think
I don't mind a bit of cheese, but I would
apparently Chris Hemsworth, right, is very good at comedy. He's very good at timing and everything. So like they've kind of realised, wow, we've been missing this. So they've made him more of a comedic character. I like that. I mean, they shouldn't take themselves too serious. At the end of the day, he's some guy flying around with a hammer, with a big green mutant monster. Like, have a bit of a laugh with it. It works for Guardians, didn't it?
Well, they've been successful with the format they've done with all the Marvel films so far. They're not going to change it, are they? They're going to keep it all the same kind of humour, lightheartedness, family fun.
Yeah.
The only thing you said though is true is the characters always feel just totally indestructible. All of them, don't they?
Yeah. You don't care for them. Like, you do care, but you're not worried for them.
No.
Although I think for Infinity War we do have to be worried for them because some of them are going to die.
Well, you can see a couple of them. Like you feel that, like obviously for Thor and all that, but then you've got Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You've got Black Widow.
Yeah.
Ant-Man. He's obviously not. He can be killed.
He won't die, will he? Because he's got another Ant-Man film coming out. So they won't kill him off.
So there's the human elements. I think the human elements of
the ones at the most risk is Captain America, Iron Man. The ones that have been established for a while. They won't kill off the character that's just been brought in, I don't think. Like, especially if they've got their own standalone films like Doctor Strange, Black Panther. I can't imagine them killing any of them off. They're too new.
Yeah.
But they also, I just thought they do need to bring in a bit more humour, because when they bring Guardians of the Galaxy in with the whole universe, they're going to stick out like a sore thumb, aren't they, if they don't? If you've got all these serious Marvel films and then they turn up, it's going to be a little bit jarring. So I think by making Thor a little bit more comedic, it's going to make more sense. But brilliant trailer, wasn't it?
When's that due for release?
November. I'm very excited for that. Yep. We've got a Kingsman 2 trailer.
Wow, all I can say is wow, and it's got some real big names. I really didn't actually...
Hasn't it just?
Yeah.
The trailer's like, bump this guy, bump this guy.
Jeff Bridges, Channing Tatum, obviously you've got Colin Firth back.
Yeah.
And you've got the guy who's the lead role as well, the young kid.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, that's who I mentioned.
What's his name when he gets around in lots of films, isn't he?
What's his name?
Julianne Moore's in it.
Let's keep going, John.
Yeah, some real... Halle Berry, yeah. Some real big...
Mark Strong.
Oh, Vinnie
Did you say
Jones?
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, Jeff Bridges, yeah.
Vinnie Jones is mentioned, yeah. It doesn't give him a character, though, does it? Elton John?
Elton John, didn't
Yeah.
Wow.
you joke?
No, he's in it.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that. The first film was such a surprise to me.
I love how fun it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's just...
I made a mistake. I watched it the first time round, and I don't know if I was ill or something, because I just wasn't into it, was I? When we did the review,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I couldn't hang it. And then when I watched it again, I was like, oh, that's really good. So I'm looking forward to the second one.
Well, you were on mine one time, and we just chose on the app because you mentioned Kingsman. Oh, it's all singing and dancing. I think you're saying it before, and I wasn't bothered. I wasn't interested. The second I put it on, I would say I was in it like within 10 minutes. You know, you grasped, aren't you?
It's that fight scene in the bar when Colin Firth turns up and he locks the door with all them lads in it, and he was just like,
absolutely sensational, brilliant.
Men.
So it looks like the second sequel is going to be, I would say, maybe on par, possibly.
You know what it's going to do?
Better.
It's going to do this. Oh. You know, this sound effect thing didn't work last week, and I've got a feeling it's not working for this week. Anyway,
let's go back to me doing the sound effects and then.
Yeah, that's true. We should. Yeah, we've got
I'd rather rely on the JBL.
Why are we wasting time?
I'd rather rely on the JBL.
Ka-ching!
This one's quite close to your heart, John. Jigsaw.
What's all about?
Nah, I'm bored of them.
Keep them coming. It's like you've got Jurassic World. I've got my Jigsaw, my Transformers.
I haven't got like 9 of them though. Is it the 8th one?
Yeah, but obviously there's a demand for them. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep bringing them out, would they?
It's just you. They're just making them for you.
Well, great. That'll do me.
How many more times can you get chained in a bathroom?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it is kind of following on the same concept.
For me, the best one's the first one.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
first one.
just
Yes,
how simple and brilliant that was.
Yes.
I want to watch that again.
the first one, and then you basically got the same concept. Obviously, the storyline, it follows like a storyline, and
I only kept
from the
on
first
watching,
one to up to present. But
Do you not feel the storyline's been a bit forced though? You can tell they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I think they are basically, from the bottom of the barrel.
And this one, he's dead. He's well and truly dead, and yet he's still like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
like,
but he's got like apprentices though, hasn't he?
it wrapped up though, didn't it? It finished.
Yeah, you thought it wrapped up.
This feels like it's just.
dragging it.
Yeah, you thought
Yeah.
it wrapped up and finished. Obviously, it hasn't. So, but I have seen it, and I've liked, as you know, I've liked the Saw films throughout, and there has been times I'm thinking, oh, should you put that in there, or that has been good, and certain things have jumped out, and even I've thought, it hasn't gone the way that it should have been.
There's a
planned,
few
I would have thought,
low ones, isn't
Yeah.
there?
but yeah, I have been a fan of them, and I am looking forward to this one coming up, which is again when.
It'd be October, November time, won't
It's
it?
always Halloween, isn't it?
Halloween time.
See, I hope they don't do this with the Purge series as well. I think they're up to the 3rd one now, and I think that's it. I think you should stop.
I've only seen
first
the
one
last
was
one.
good.
I haven't seen the other
The
two.
first one was good.
Yeah, well, that's it. Again, it's the same premise. They get 24 hours or 12 hours or whatever.
I
Surviving
think it's a
night.
full day of killing spree, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You've done 3 good storylines. That's it. Let's leave it.
I don't think the last one did particularly well, so they might be like slowing them down. I don't know, but
It's when they go along the lines of like Taken. You think you should have, that's when it's
Taken
risky.
there shouldn't have been a sequel to Taken. That didn't need a sequel. I should have left that.
yeah,
alone.
it's just when you go along the lines of that. That's when
That's a good discussion point, isn't it? Like sequels that shouldn't have happened. I think that would be quite interesting. But
Yeah, Jurassic World.
hey, you don't mean that.
No,
Somebody mentioned
take that
Transformers.
back.
I didn't mean it. I thought that'd get him going. Angry Rick.
No, don't say
I'm
that.
surprised you haven't mentioned mine, to be honest. But carry on.
Which one?
Transformers.
Oh God! Even you've decided now.
Yes, I've decided now. But the ones previously, historically, I've enjoyed each and every one.
Have you seen the latest Transformers? now, Jack?
Especially the whip.
The last night. Have you seen
the
the
latest
last
one
night?
yet?
I haven't seen the latest one, but it is on my watch list, mate. It's a whip.
It is getting ripped to pieces.
It is. I know it's getting ripped to pieces, but I'm still going to
Is
watch
that
it.
for people, critics jumping on the bandwagon though?
It's a film that like I will watch once it's. I'm not going to pay money to see it. I'm not
the whole
supporting
film
them
just
anymore.
feels like
Well,
a-
I do kind of want to see just the fit bird in it.
Well, I just want to see the film. I mean, obviously, I've seen them all.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Have
Have you
you?
seen it last night?
I've seen it.
You sat here. What? Have you mentioned this before? Have you said
What?
you've watched it?
When have you watched that?
No, I haven't seen it. The last podcast, no. But
When
I've
have
seen
you? When have you
Oh,
watched
so
it?
recently.
Transformers. Yeah, I've seen Transformers.
Dino, a stealth reviewer. Go on then.
It just feels like a big, long, extended trailer. If you think of a trailer for a film where he cuts from scene to scene to scene, and he just goes all the way through, and you see a trailer, you know, like a lot of the Marvel ones that give away too much, don't they? That's what people complain about. That's what it feels like from the start of the film to the end of the film. You're just watching one big, long, extended trailer.
Right,
Nothing seems to go together. It just seems to be action scene after action scene.
I think it's basically scraping the bottom of the barrel, losing his touch, Michael Bay. So I think it's now, obviously, it is going to be put to bed because that's his last one.
I think I said in the last podcast, a lot of the story elements in there don't make sense to the previous films and stuff as well. They've just lost their way a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway.
They're hinting they're going to make another one after.
Oh, there's loads planned.
Oh, of course there will.
But it started to drop off quite a bit in the box office. So
That's
they
the last
might
one he's doing now, isn't it?
reevaluate it. Yeah. We had a trailer for Bright. Did any of you watch this? Will Smith.
Yes.
It looks very much like Men in Black type of stuff.
Wow.
He's living in without the comedy. Well, with a bit of comedy. He's living in a world with aliens, and they've kind of become part of normal life. And his partner is an alien. It's the first cop alien or something. It's a Netflix show. It's a Netflix film. It's the first it's a fully funded by Netflix film that's getting released straight onto Netflix.
December the 27th.
There's a few people quite annoyed by it, especially like directors. I think it was Christopher Nolan, maybe, or something. Like, are saying they weren't happy. That's not how films should work. They should go to the cinema. I agree. Netflix. There's nothing stopping Netflix from releasing that in the cinema first.
Yeah, but it breaks away from their protocol, their whole premise of being a streaming service.
Wasn't The Circle with Emily? What's her face? What's she called?
Blunt?
No. From Beauty and the Beast.
Watson.
Emma Watson, right? That I'm sure that was partly funded by Netflix, and so they released that at the cinema, but then they brought it out on Netflix before it's come out on Blu-ray, I believe. So some
that's
weird
probably
deal
their
there.
licensing.
That makes more sense, though. I don't.
See, obviously, I get it, but is this a film or is this going to be a series?
No, it's a film.
I thought it was a series.
No, it's a film.
That they were bringing out. But even still, Netflix is a streaming service. If they bring out content, they're going to bring it to their paid viewers first.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the cinema.
Spent
to go and
$100
watch
million on this.
You go to cinema, watch a Netflix film. You think, well, hang on, what's the point? Am I paying my £9 a month subscription fee for? I mean, I'm dead excited to see this, and I'm quite glad it's coming out on Netflix because I couldn't get the time to go to the cinema to go and watch it.
Well, yeah.
So, I think, good on him. Fuck the rest.
I don't think you'll get an
I
idea.
love you, Christopher Nolan.
You can't get a box office result from it, though, can you?
No,
They're just
true.
going to be able to see how many people watched it, I guess. But it's just asking to be pirated like crazy as well, though, isn't it? Because people can just rip straight
9 times
from
out of 10, they always are. Anyway, as soon as a new series comes out on Amazon and Netflix, it's straight away on the internet.
It looks good, though, the trailer, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. I was quite gripped. I was like, "Oh, this is going
You
to
have
be."
to watch that, John. It does look really good.
What's it called? Bright.
Right, yeah.
Will Smith, though, he'll make me go and see pretty much any film, though. I think he's brilliant.
Oh, he's outstanding.
He's one of my favourite actors.
Outstanding.
So. Justice League got a 4-minute trailer.
It was pretty long, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was long.
Makes you like this is what I'm worried about, because this is what they did with Batman v Superman. They just show too much. Just
Can I hold my hands up and say I've not actually watched the 4-minute trailer yet? Then
No way.
nah.
Okay.
To be fair though, I already know. Well,
You mean
from
like
the
the
first trailer, I know
Ragnarok
it's
one
gonna
that
be-
you said that you hadn't watched?
Yeah, but I
have.
have. But I've definitely not watched a 4-minute trailer of.
I've got a few friends who won't watch it because the so how long it is, and it's like do you know what I mean? That's going to show quite a lot, and I reckon they would be worried. Like Batman v Superman ruined it
There is a bit of content, I must admit, but from the... I can't remember what was in it, but from what I saw...
It doesn't actually really give away the enemy, though. I know they're fighting a lot of bad guys.
It looks good.
I don't know, you know. Like, it just looks CGI fest again.
Oh, yeah, it's a yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to get your effects there. They're going to...
It looks like the final scene of Batman v Superman all over again. Like, but the majority of the film like that. But I think DC are trying to show, look, this isn't Marvel. This is a comic book universe, and they are OTT and very arty, isn't it? Like with all the special effects and stuff, do look very ripped from a comic.
I think they must have learnt a lot, though. I don't think they're doing the Batman versus Superman.
It's still Zack Snyder, though, isn't it? I mean, how can they change it so much? Like
Wonder Woman's in it though, and that was a really popular film.
Did you notice how much she was in that trailer as well?
She's going to be featuring a lot in that film because how popular she is.
I've seen that now, that Wonder Woman.
Have you? Yeah. Well, we'll get into it in the reviews, and we'll cover that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, and right at the end, there's a lot of speculation in the trailer where someone walks up to Alfred and who that person is.
That's Superman, innit?
I don't know.
It's Superman.
Don't know.
People saying the green glow in his glasses when the person was walking up. Why was it?
I've seen things where you can see like this red glow
out.
from maybe his cloak, like looking over his shoulder. Like it'll be Superman.
Didn't a new costume come out for Superman saying he's all in black or something?
Yeah,
that film that was meant to come back in? Is it that one?
I thought it was when he goes black, it's because he's been infected by red kryptonite or something stupid like that, and it turned him bad.
No, I think he's lost his hope, hasn't he, in all this, which is what Supermans are supposed to stand for. And then in this, what's it called? Iteration? In this version of Superman...
God, stick to the smaller words here.
Oh my God.
If he cuts this out, right, everyone's going to be like, what are they laughing at?
Just spent 5 minutes trying to say iteration. He hasn't got much... He's dull, isn't he? He whinges, and he's just... I don't like this.
Yeah, because of people like you.
Oh, Superman.
What do you mean?
But you had no faith in him. You didn't believe in him. You shot him down when you got a chance.
In a minute, because he's
you know what I mean?
like, oh,
this poor blow has come from another world, lost his parents in the process.
Oh, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? And then got adopted by these farmer parents who are also now dead.
I didn't see that biscuit hiding under there, John.
Do you know, give the bloke a break. I mean, this man's gone through a lot.
And he's got a bit of a kryptonite issue.
Yeah, yes. Which...
And Batman, like, took the piss out of him, didn't he?
Oh, played on that.
A little bit. I don't know. I'm struggling to get excited about this one. It just feels like I'm going to see Batman v Superman again.
No, I disagree. I think it's going to be a watch.
Still looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'll watch it, but...
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of other films that I'm much more excited
We'll go IMAX, Rick. We'll go up to Newcastle.
No, we're not doing
that. We'll go IMAX.
No, we should have done... Oh, well, if you wanted to watch Dunkirk, we should have done that.
Or should we go IMAX to Thor?
Yeah, we should. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Right?
We should.
Oh. Anyway. Yeah, Justice League, not that bothered though. You lot are, though. Ready Player One?
Yes.
Have you
Don't
seen
all fucking get excited.
Steven Spielberg?
What's Ready Player One?
Based on a book series, I think, isn't it?
What are they on about, Joe?
Have you not seen this?
I've not seen the trailer.
Yeah.
It's loads of worlds all in one. You've got... there's like all sorts of characters that show up in it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Quick, Google it. I'm not clear.
We'll pause the podcast, we'll let these two watch it and we'll come back.
Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Well, Ready Player One, I would say, yeah.
I'm sorry, didn't it?
You've got some historical movies in there.
It's all like, it goes into a video game, so you whinged a bit, didn't you, doing all CGI again? But in a way, this is like, you're in a game. What I said is, when it's too CGI heavy, it pulls you out of the film, you just think, I'm just watching a video game or something here.
Yeah.
But this is a film which is based inside a video game.
Yeah, so I'm still going to be thinking, I'm just watching a video game here, when it is a video game.
No, it does
Confusion! My head's going to explode!
It does appeal to me, that.
It's just a modern version of Tron. Because they went inside it wasn't a computer
game.
No,
Tron's in
it.
They went
isn't
in.
They went in.
Tron's in it. The Iron Giant's in it. You see the DeLorean. You see...
I've seen Freddy Krueger in there.
Krueger. Harley Quinn, I think, is in it. Was that Superman as well? Or something fighting on top of a car?
Monster Trucks, isn't it?
Monster Trucks, yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. I'll be watching that.
It's Steven Spielberg, but he hasn't really been on form, really, has he, Steven Spielberg? He hasn't brought a film out that I've loved in quite some time. You were quite a fan of that BFG, weren't you? But I thought it was a bit... It didn't...
BFG I thought was sensational.
No.
The whole entire...
It could have been a magical film, but it fell a little flat for me.
Green, blue screen? What is it? Green screen, blue screen?
Whichever they want, green screen.
Well, basically in front of a screen. The little woman actor, absolutely sensational. And how they actually mixed it all together with her and the motion of the BFG, you know, it was just out this world.
No matter how good all that is, the film for me just fell flat a little.
Where?
It just wasn't all that exciting. I just didn't... I mean, I can see the magic they were trying to pull out, but it was lacking something for me. But
I mean, the guy who voiced the BFG, I thought he was brilliant.
Oh, he's classic. He's in Dunkirk.
Yeah, I thought he was on the money.
Yeah.
With the voiceover for the giant. Excellent. And the little the young lass who played the little woman who obviously the BFG befriended was great. I thought the whole entire film from start to finish was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Burns loved it as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. But that new one there, Ready Player One, I'll be definitely watching that.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I've just had a quick read up on it there, and it's set obviously in 2044, because obviously the energy crisis, because of the depletion of fossil fuels, and this is based around a MMORPG. So it's like a massive multiplayer universe, so that's why it just looks carnage, chaos.
Yeah,
it's all set about. But if you think about it, what's going on at the moment, League of Legends, all that is big money at the moment, isn't it? So you can see that they're preying on this. Link, and I quite like that. I think that's clever little bastards. And I mean, the novel came out in 2011. So it's based off the novel that came out.
Thank you, Fact Simon.
Thank you for that.
Oh, I'm not freaking picking this up again.
You should take that back on board, mate.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
No.
It was one of our features on our podcast. It was a fan favourite, that.
Yeah, it was a fan favourite. I'll tell you what, that's why 10,000 followers actually
Bring
follow.
back Fact Simon.
I want to know, anybody who listens to this, right, and not Graham, none of the Scooby Gang,
Not Graham.
right? I want genuine responses from genuine people if they want Fact Simon back to come. Fact with a big C.
It was just
let
Twitter decide. Yeah,
Let the listeners decide.
Yeah,
I think you should come back.
Tweet me or something.
You know,
Popcorn_media.
Hey, we know why you're talking like that because no fucking wants him back.
And
dead, buried, and lost weight.
Even if I have to create 20 odd Twitter accounts and just tweet myself.
If we're bringing back Fact Simon, we need to bring back Dino's Golden Oldies.
When did we?
Whoa,
when did we ever have that? You know what? Dean's idea was to review Gums, and that went down quite well, actually. That was a pretty popular episode, that
Was it the Gums one?
The porno version of Jaws, yeah.
Yeah. That's
The,
one of Dino's
the
Golden
worst
Oldies.
porno. And it was so surreal when all of us sat round watching a...
Don't say that!
It wasn't a porno, though, was it, really?
I'm so glad I turned up.
We weren't all
Was
sat
there,
round
was there
watching
any
the fucking
actual
telly.
sex scenes or
It
anything?
had a beaver in it.
It had a beaver in it. It had penises in
It had a
it.
vulture.
I'm so glad I turned
I
up
wouldn't
near
say it
the
was a
end of that
porno.
film at Dean's house because when I turned up, I came and everyone.
You came? That didn't take you
That's how
long.
good it was.
You walked in.
Should we do that? Should we do a Dino surprise film then in the future?
No!
I get to choose a film and then you guys have to come around and just watch
Oh,
it.
God.
No!
You know,
no.
I'd be up for that.
Fuck that shit, because guaranteed he'll get us watching this weird shite.
Yeah,
From 1947.
I'm alright with that. I've been told to watch these Sharknado films.
Oh, please don't.
Have you watched them?
I've seen a couple.
They're apparently so bad, they're brilliant.
Yeah,
I think
they
we should
are.
have a night
Really
in
are.
and watch Sharknado.
You will giggle your tits off.
I've seen there's about 4 of them, isn't there, again?
I think it's
Four?
a perfect film. Yeah, there's another one coming out. That's another trailer, but I haven't put that in the show notes. We should. That's a film you all have to have a few drinks with, sit around and just watch. It'll be brilliant.
Sharknado.
Yeah.
Even the title.
It's amazing. It's got some big actway
Sharknado. Yeah.
B movie stars, isn't it? Like her from American Pie, one of the girls from that, and I think we should do that.
No,
I've seen
that.
like the front, or like a front cover, if you like, on Netflix or something like that, where you've got this like twister with sharks involved.
We'll do an all-nighter. We can just watch one after the other.
Dane, you look really like I don't know into this.
I'm up for this.
Not happening.
Right, and at the end of this podcast, I'll show you the new trailer that's come out, and it is hilarious. Honestly, right.
It sounds shit and it looks shit.
So we're going to do a Sharknado special.
I'm writing it down. Sharknado.
There's
Sharknado
5
Light Night.
Sharknado films.
I'll tell you what, we could do reviews for them all.
Get bollocksed.
Oh, after credits for Sharknado. 1, 2,
Do you know
3, 4.
It's that
5.
bad. Sharknado 2 was called the second one. Shark 3 was hell no.
Shit.
The puns are amazing. What's the new one called?
It's just the 5th one, but it doesn't give me much on Wikipedia.
Fuck off by any chance?
Hey. Anyway. Right, so that's all the trailers anyway, so we were spoiled there, weren't we?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 2 has been given a release date of the 13th of December 2019.
Wow.
Gal Gadot's on board. The director's still...
What did you just say?
What?
What did you just say?
Wonder Woman 2.
Really?
Well, it was guaranteed, wasn't it, after the success it's had? It was bound to happen.
Beautiful. Absolutely sensational, that woman.
She's lovely, isn't she?
Do you know the one shot in Israel?
What?
The one shot in Israel?
Too much skin.
No, because she's Israeli.
She's a what?
She's Israeli, so the one shot in Israel.
Oh, yeah. Why?
Don't know, but well, because she's Israeli and they've got something against it.
Surely they'd what? You know what I mean?
How big their box office would be.
Yeah, I'm really sure they're missing out there. Like, the 25th Bond movie has been given a release date of the 8th of November 2019.
Daniel Craig?
Possibly.
He's still in talks, but looking likely, yeah. I don't want him back.
Oh, what? He's going to come back? I didn't know
I think
that.
so, yeah. After the last film, he's like, oh, I'm not going to do any more.
Never doing it again.
It's because, like, if he mourns like that, they'll pay him more money to try and get him to come back. It's all... I think he's just being clever.
Do you think he's like a contender for one of the best Bonds?
No. Well, actually, no.
I was disappointed with the last Bond film.
The last film was shit. Spectre was terrible. But Casino Royale was very good. And Skyfall is one of my favourite Bond films.
See, I love the 007 films.
Yeah.
And I think, they're absolutely fantastic. But what I feel like it's missing its...
Humour?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gadgets.
It's missing everything that was like from Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. It's lacking its fun factor.
I need to go back on something, lads. Sorry, I got something a bit wrong. Wrong. Wonder Woman is banned in Lebanon, not Israeli. Or Israel. It's in Lebanon due to the Israeli lead of Gal Gadot.
Thank you, Fact John.
Sorry. So I did get that wrong. Apologies.
He's definitely got a small C.
It's too late now. People just listen to that bit and started keyboard warriors.
Yes.
What are they talking about?
So delete your Google search. It's Lebanon.
I do daily, John. I do daily.
Anyway, you were talking about Bond, I believe.
We were, yeah, and I agree, Simon. Like, it's not who Bond was. Like, it was always about over the top, weird, funny names for the villains, over the top villains. You know what I mean? Like, it's become too serious.
It's come serious and it's sort of lined up into real life terms. If that makes sense. Like murder the terrorists and all that. It's nothing like we used to be. But still, I really, really enjoy the series. I want them to bring it back. I want them to bring 007
Bring it back.
Back to the fun times.
Back.
I'll tell you, I didn't mind actually. Timothy Dalton.
Who?
Timothy Dalton as Bond at one point.
Pierce Brosnan is my favourite.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan's up there.
Which we'll come on to later for a new feature we've got for the podcast, and we're all very excited about.
But I do think Daniel Craig is definitely a contender for...
Yeah, he's given us some good films. Yeah, I think he's now hit the point where I'm like, get someone else in now. You can tell he doesn't give a shit. In the last film, he was the most... He just lacked any kind of charisma.
Yeah, it was blatant that he didn't want to be there.
Just doing it for the paycheck.
Yeah.
But then, what else is he filming? Like, I mean, he's in some smaller film. He was probably making enough money out of this, to be honest. So.
Well, yeah, he could retire now and he'd be happy.
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable.
And then one little daft bit of news is Justice League has gone through some reshoots, but Superman has grown a moustache for his new film. So they're having a nightmare filming these scenes because he's got a moustache. He can't shave this moustache off. So they're having to CGI his moustache off.
Hang on, right?
What?
Why don't you just get a prosthetic moustache, slap it on, then take it off?
Because you can tell.
So
Yeah, you can't. Not with makeup these days.
You can tell Simon's is fake. Look, just put it here.
So what's it? Why is he getting him?
Comes off.
So hang on, what film is he in?
What?
What film's he in?
Justice League.
Oh, so he's going.
They're doing reshoots for it. Yeah,
Okay.
Superman's going to be in it.
Okay.
So that's why it's him at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
We were talking about it before, weren't we?
You don't
You've
know
already
it's
seen
him.
him in shooting with his black costume on.
So what film is he in then? with
Oh,
the
he's
moustache?
filming some new one. I haven't got the facts.
Oh well, you can't come up with that and go.
You're the facts, man.
I was going to say, you're the fact man. You should be knocking up these sort of carry-ons.
Give me 10 minutes.
Anyway, that's the news.
10 minutes, how slow is your phone?
We've
So
got
that's
a
typing.
just to touch on July was amazing. Like Spider-Man, Homecoming, War for the Planet of the Apes, Dunkirk, Valerian.
Oh, I can't wait that.
Dunkirk, was that any good?
I'll get onto that in the reviews,
Oh, sorry.
which we're just about to come on to actually.
Oh.
That Valerian's it's not going to be that good,
It's
is it?
bombed. It's bombed at the box office. We haven't got it yet in UK.
Has
but-
it bombed worse than Transformers? No, there's a
No.
fucking question.
Yeah, of course it has. Yeah, it's way lower than Transformers.
Oh,
It's not
ooh.
going to recruit its money back. It was an expensive film, that.
I like Luke Besson as well.
But to release it at the same time as Dunkirk was a stupid idea.
That is a stupid thing to do.
Next month is a much quieter month. They should have released it in that. But hey, I'm not Hollywood, so what do I know? But yeah, we'll get on to the reviews, shall we?
Let's go.
Now, I'm the only one who's actually watched Dunkirk, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because you won't watch it, will you?
Dean,
You
for
were
some
there.
reason, wouldn't watch it. No, so I've done an after credits with Jake. However, my feelings haven't really changed all that much. I think I even mentioned it after that. I loved the film, right? But this genuinely was one of the hardest reviews I've ever done because it's got some glaring issues. However, these issues might have been on purpose by the director. It's really hard to explain. Right, the film's split into 3 stories. You're following 3 different groups. You've got the fishermen going to save the guys. You've got the air battles with Tom Hardy. And then you've got the battle like on the ship of these 2 kind of soldiers who don't really talk. And they're just trying to escape the fighting. And it's not a particularly long film, so you don't have much time to really get to know the characters. There's no real kind of connection to any of them. There's no main protagonist.
That surprises me, that, because I thought it would have been a character-driven film.
Christopher Nolan film, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But there isn't. And he's done this little camera trickery, which he always likes to have his little gimmick, I guess. It feels like a gimmick in this one. It's all within the same day, pretty much, but they're all at different times of the day. Now, there's one good element that comes out of that is you can see a scene, maybe like a dogfight, and then a few minutes later you can see the dogfight from the deck of the ship following the other story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Which I quite liked. But at first, it's so jarring. It's like 1 minute's nighttime, then it's a day, like cut to another story with this other group at daytime. And so when he's not doing them little camera trickery bits to improve the film, it just feels really weird. And I just don't think it needed it. You could still show that scene from below without having to have different timelines. And it takes a bit of getting used to. And I thought maybe he had a reason to do that, and it'd be he'd pull off something at the end, like some kind of little that's class. But nothing comes of it. There was no real reason to do it. However, from a cinematography point of view and a special effects point of view, it is stunning. Honestly, like I watched it on the D-box seats, the ones that move, and I've never been keen on them because it's always felt a bit weird. It kind of pulls you out of the film. But the dog fights, when you're sat on a chair and you're looking through the eyes of the pilot and the chair's moving with it, it was unbelievable. Like, it was so good.
We've been on them seats.
Have you not?
Where was that at?
Sydney World.
Okay.
Honestly, like, there's some beautiful shots, and you can tell that they've got hundreds of extras in on that beach, and they're not CGI'd in. They're like, it is gorgeous. And I still, even with them issues, I still love the film purely because of the special effects and the way he does all them action scenes, and the ships going down and all. Like, it is so well shot. So it was really hard. Like, I wrote a review up, and as I was writing, I was like, this is so negative. And at the end, I'm like, however, it's really good. It was so hard to
Did it feel factual?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it didn't have much depth, but the story in general isn't that. It's just some soldiers trying to get out of Dunkirk. They're just trying to escape. That's all it is. So there's no, like, it's no Batman trilogy. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got any big overarching character plots and stuff to go through. It's just, so I can see where Christopher Nolan would have struggled. My criticisms he could argue against and say, well, it's a very basic story. So he maybe meant to do that, and maybe he did that with the timelines just to kind of give it something a little bit more, something, I don't know. But yeah, I had issues with it, but
is it a recommendation?
I'd still definitely watch it. What I would recommend though is to watch it in a cinema, because I think you'll lose a lot of the spectacle watching it on a TV, like watching it on the big screen, and you know what I mean. Yeah. It's one of them type of films. But yeah, it's a war film. I always loved war films, so that helped. But it's not one of his strongest films. But I still really enjoyed it.
Good stuff.
That's my review.
Hacksaw Ridge. Anybody see it?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I really like that, but it's very much felt like it was two films. It was kind of like a romance, drama-y thing for the first half, and then all of a sudden the switch is flicked, and you're in the middle of it's just a pure war film.
Just chaos.
Chaos. I like the chaos bits. Yeah,
absolutely.
In fact, I enjoyed the film itself.
Did you see the interview with the guy at the end who was the soldier who actually done that?
It's in the credits, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you say that?
Can't remember. It was a while ago when I watched this.
I tell you what, that pulled me more into that than the film did. The film was great. The film was just, really, really superb. But to actually hear the guy who done that, it was. So
they do that in Band of Brothers, don't they? They have interviews at the start with the actual people who they're showing in the.
That was a real good part of the film.
I love war films. I genuinely do.
I like the war films.
So
I haven't seen Hacksaw Ridge yet.
No, that's something like you, Si.
No.
Definitely recommend it. Like we said, he's on the money there with the kind of basically like split in two. He meets this girl, there's a romantic side to it, and then all of a sudden, like Vic says, it just flips, and you've got just basically hell on earth on this ridge, and it's all about this guy, this recruits in the army, what have you, but he does not want anything to do with any artillery, any guns, anything like that. He goes in as a medic, and even medics are supposed to be armed.
He won't kill anyone, will he?
And he said no, don't want to. And even when he goes through the court martial and all sorts, doesn't he? And it's just all about the story of like the love scene, and also how he tries to progress through the army and become a medic and just help people. That's all he wanted to do, was help people. And it's nothing but sensational. I thought
it is a very good film. Really
I will get a chance to watch it.
Definitely recommended.
There was a lot of joke stuff coming out when that film launched. People playing Battlefield and getting the highest scores but no kills. They're all trying to recreate it. So just going around being a medic or capturing points and stuff rather than not killing anybody. But no, that was good. You've seen Wonder Woman, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I've seen Wonder Woman, and she is a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She is unreal.
She's sensational.
She plays the part well. It was good. It was obviously you get the backstory, you get the story the way through, and I liked Christopher Pine.
He's fantastic in that film.
I tell you what, it was like everything was just like, how I like to put it is, you don't think the camera's there with an actor. It's just him. It's just like his talent. It's just acting talent. He just does it. It's brilliant. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it.
So you should. He's our new Captain Kirk.
Not for that fucking reason. But no, it was good. Now, don't ask us how, but about 3/4 of the way through Alien Covenant.
3/4?
3/4 of the way through Alien Covenant. It's called Kids.
Yeah.
And the
I know it's
3/4...
difficult.
The 3/4 I've seen doesn't feel like an Alien film to me.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't feel like an Alien film to me at all.
We did a review for that, didn't we, last time? That was 2 podcasts ago, I think, now.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Michael Fassbender, who's 2 roles.
Yeah.
He's that android, and
the sequels are up in the air now, aren't they? Because
I don't think it should have been made.
People say he was alright.
I don't think they needed to be made.
No, I don't think it should have been made. It wasn't with the other Alien films. You got that Alien vibe.
Fassbender's brilliant in it. But
oh, he is.
But yeah, it's the story just not
it just doesn't link. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I just didn't. Well, I'm still going to watch the end of it because obviously I'm 3/4 of the way through. But it just didn't feel alien.
Yeah,
for me,
I agree. Yeah. Have you watched any other stealthy movies, Dean, that we don't know about?
No, that's the only film I've seen. Since the last podcast.
What made you go and see Transformers?
I just watched it.
I feel as though me and you have connected in some way.
You know, he's done it because then he could have denied it and not brought it up.
I had to watch it and see how bad it was.
Yeah, well, if you're that kind of guy, Dean, we need someone to review the Emoji Movie.
Oh, I can do that for you. Oh no, because I won't go to cinema to see it.
Have you seen the reviews for it?
No.
It's one of the lowest reviewed films ever.
I'm watching that.
And there was about 20 odd reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and then some little old woman comes along, gives it like 3 stars and knocks it up a little bit, and everyone's just attacking her, just going, "What are you doing?" Like, because they were so happy with how low it was. It was going to be shit. I mean, they're advertising it with a shit. It's just it shows like Hollywood are just running out of ideas, or Sony is. Like, what are you doing?
An emoji film. That's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
So you know, my kids can't wait to see this film.
Oh,
Millie is.
There's rumours that it's going to knock Dunkirk off the top and stuff. And if it does...
Oh, that's ridiculous. It can't. No, shut up.
Well, Dunkirk's the second week.
But don't forget, this is not going to be aimed at you. It's aimed at kids, and kids are going nuts for it.
Oh, I know.
You know, my daughter, I mean, I don't even know how she's managed to see this, but literally, we got her a McDonald's Happy Meal, and they're bringing the toys out for emojis. And when this frog come out of this Happy Meals box, she lost her shit. And I mean, she lost her shit. She was like, "Oh my god, it's the Emoji Movie!" Oh my god, I was like, "Well, what's going on?"
This is you, innit? It's not your kid.
No, I swear no. Right, so, and I mean, there's obviously some chemical in these trailers that are making kids want to go watch this, because she is dying to see this film.
This is going to kill you, Rick. I put in Kevin Top Films, and guess what's come up?
Yeah.
Emoji film straight off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is.
It's just a money-making film. Apparently, it's just a terrible. It is clearly just a money-making.
It's working.
Transformers is in there. Kevin Top Films.
I've actually got someone writing reviews for us on the website, Nigel, and he's putting himself through the pain of seeing that to write a review for us.
Good on Nigel.
Thank you, Nigel.
What, for Emoji?
Yeah, he's actually going to the cinema to review it for us.
Whoa!
You know what that deserves. This isn't going to work.
Isn't going to work.
It's not even up.
Oh, fucking hell.
It deserves more than that. It deserves a fucking knighthood.
He does.
Not kidding.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway.
Once you've seen it, you can't take that back. It's going to be imprinted on your brain after you've watched it.
Oh, no, it's not happening.
He's done a lot of good reviews for us, actually. He's done Cars 3, covered that for us. He's reviewed a few of the... I'm not a fan of horror films. I don't tend to go and see horror films.
I say I love them.
So he's done a few
so
of them.
You should be doing a review for horror films.
Hence so.
Get rid of your kids and start going to the cinema, John.
I've tried, mate. I've tried to pretend it's all sorts. Apparently they are mine.
Help us. But yeah, that's all the reviews then, isn't it? Reviews done.
Yep.
Well, I watched
okay. No.
King Arthur.
Oh, you did? Okay. Right, what did you think?
Really, really liked it. Thought it was really good. Heavily CGI'd in some parts, to beyond the point where it was a bit stupid. But I love Guy Ritchie's style in it. It brings so much back from like Snatch and it was him who did Snatch, wasn't it? Before going on one. So his style, and you can see it, the third person view, which I really love that, and the music score is that good. I got it on Spotify because I was like, I love the music score. It's like urban, Celtic, sort of
like
upbeat.
tribal-y type of stuff.
But it's a really upbeat, and I really like that. Jude Law, really liked him in it, and the guy.
Jude Law, I haven't seen him in much.
It got so much panning, didn't it? And it's genuinely not a bad film at all. Like, just people seem to be dead against it. I agree that it's a film that didn't really need to be made, and I'd have much rather have seen his talents making something else.
A lot of people have kicked off about the way it's because it hasn't portrayed King Arthur the story it should be, and it's basically been pissed on by Guy Ritchie. And a lot of people are knocked off about that.
Couldn't have just followed the same thing?
I know, but exactly. So that's why I'm a bit mixed. I mean, I really liked it. I mean, it didn't need David Beckham's cameo in it, to be fair.
Excuse me?
He had one line.
Yeah, it's awful.
David Beckham's in it?
Yeah.
Because he did...
He's not in it for long.
He did
he
did a cameo in one of Guy Ritchie's other films, so it must be like a reoccurring thing for...
Well, he's had that Vincent... who is it in his Snatch and stuff, hasn't he? He's got...
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones, that's the fella. So he obviously wants to bring in a few footballers.
Yeah, but he's used some original characters as well, like he's used in the past as well, which you can see. And some people, one of the reviews I was reading, had brought that up and said like they couldn't act within the film, and it brought it down. And I thought, well, I didn't notice much of that. I did notice, obviously, when the CGI fights, some of them were a bit...
There's a bit in the middle of which he goes on to CGI world, doesn't he, for a little bit? And I just thought that was shit.
It was the way the fight scene was going on, and I don't know if he was just trying to bring his camera movement into the CGI world that made it look a bit shit. But overall, I really, really enjoyed the film. I really did. I thought it was top notch. I was expecting a worse film because of the reviews it got. But I know, really enjoyed that.
It's like, I don't know what they're doing these days, because they did it with Game of Thrones, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, he
was in it.
It seems like a competition between A-listers, doesn't it?
Yeah, not non-actors. Deciding to make it on the big screen nowadays.
I think it pulls you out of the scene as well. You're watching it, you're like, oh.
Your brain
goes away from what you're watching.
I said, oh, there's David Beckham, and Amy went, where? I was like, oh, it was that night. And she went, oh, rewind it. I was like, for fuck's sake. So I had to rewind it. I was like, blink and you'll miss it.
Not worth rewinding for.
Yeah, it just literally his lines were just pull the sword out.
Yeah.
That was it.
Get on with it.
That was it.
And I wonder how much you got for them little words.
His little high pitched voice. Pull the sword out. But he was trying to be so manly about it, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
With his foot raised up on a rock, leant on it, and he turned. It was that bit was cheesy, but good. I loved it. Good watch.
Yeah, it was alright, it's not bad. It doesn't deserve the panning. Just quickly, you haven't watched the last episode of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones just started the night we did the last podcast.
I've watched the first episode, but I haven't watched the latest one, though.
Just really quickly, what do you think of this season so far, Dean?
Yes, building up nicely. It's going in pretty much where you're going to expect it to go. Everything from the previous ones.
It is very expected so far, though. Hasn't it? Nothing's really kind of gone.
There's
no shock factors.
Not yet.
Tonight
Come on,
be.
do you know there's so many rumour mills going about how this could happen, what's going to happen next, and I think, do you know what? They're going to turn around and go, screw you lot.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Yeah, they have to do that because right now I can see what, like that last episode we watched without spoilers. It was very predictable, and it's got to the point now, especially now as it's coming to the end, like, you know which characters haven't really got anywhere to go.
It's bound to be like that, though.
So they're going to kill them off.
Yeah. But all the character building's all been done in the other seasons. Now it's just coming to the conclusion. It is just tying all the loose ends up.
Yeah.
What I would love to see is when the Starks got mutilated at that dinner.
What you'd like to see?
I would like to see something like that. Yeah.
Well, if you're even watch
Something
episode 2, John.
That's what I would like to see. Something like that, again, where I was literally gobsmacked.
John, watch episode 2 and we'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
Remember this conversation that we're having.
Yeah, try and remember
the reason why you need to keep up your fucking numpty.
Well, I did watch...
How do you avoid spoilers? I
know, yeah. Well, he doesn't look his phone. Point proven when he said, did you see about your thinking podcast?
Yeah, on right. It's aired on a Sunday night in America. We get it on the Monday night. Now, because I have to keep up with movie news and everything for the Popcornography.
Twice in one... in
I
24
see.
hours.
So many times I'm like, was that a spot? Have I just... Like, oh my god, it's an absolute minefield.
Do you know what
I don't know how you last more than a day.
You didn't respond to my trolling that I got you.
Your trolley?
You're
an arsehole, mate. Seriously.
Were you worried?
So I'd put...
You
won't have looked in that chat yet, will you?
No, I think there's about 43 comments in there. That
and I said, look, I think I've seen about 3 spoilers already. And then he says something which, like, pretending, you saw this happen.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I'm so sorry.
But obviously that didn't happen.
I was like, just pretend I'm drunk.
It was kind of...
What were you like? I bet you were cursing.
I was like, turned it off and I thought, Simon, if that's... But then I did think, hang on, he could just be being a dick.
And I was.
You were, yeah.
It was too good.
Although the thing you did say, I've got a feeling will come true. But this is all very What?
Yeah, I will be what... well, the third one's coming out tomorrow, isn't it?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
tomorrow.
2 a.m. Sky Atlantic.
I'm building them up.
My brother stays up till 2 a.m. watching them.
Do you know I could, but I choose not to because I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget about.
I want to be wide awake. Like honestly, tomorrow night I get home and I'm so like you've been cancelling the gym and I've been like yes because I can get home straight away and whack it on. And just any excuse to get out of the gym so I can go and watch that earlier. Thank you, John. Are you cancelling tomorrow yet or not?
No, I'm going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, I do need to go tomorrow. Actually.
12 p.m. as soon as I've dropped off me at work. That's back at home. Stick the kids in the garden. Don't kill each other. Watching Game of Thrones.
Also, Graham, who's been in a few of these podcasts, quite a lot of these podcasts, he does a written review for the website, and the plan is he will do a review for every episode.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and he's looking to do more reviews for TV and potentially creating a TV section. We're also talking about creating a gaming section for the website as well, with a few people who are interested in running that. I can't run that. I've got too much going on with film.
I know. I want to be part of that.
The gaming side.
I do like the gaming side.
Yeah. It's all getting expanded. I've created a lot of graphics for it and stuff. It's just pulling it all together.
So you think I'm more film?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm more movie. I am interested.
I'm a bit of both. Actually, I'm all 3. TV, movie. No wonder I can't sleep at night.
Yeah. Shame you can't write in it, and then you've done some reviews.
Are you more movie interested, Dean, or do you like your gaming side?
Gaming?
Yeah, I used to play it a lot. I don't play it as much as I used to. I used to play on PC games a lot.
Well, I did as well, didn't I? I was never off me.
Things have evolved from like the Amstrad and the Amiga. You know.
I know.
He doesn't like CGI.
The classics. The SNES.
They were the good times, actually. That's what stopped me playing games, to be honest.
Honestly, when I had my Amiga, it was sensational. I was devastated when that broke.
Sensible soccer.
I'm going to sound proper old, but that's what stopped me playing. I thought all the games coming out now are just so generic and just the same stuff regurgitated.
Reskinned.
Yeah, I want some like proper original games again.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
And then I might get back into it. There's an F1 game coming out next month, so...
Call of Duty Warfare 2 looks quite good.
Star Wars Battlefront looks alright.
Can't wait for that.
But then, what else is there? That's it, I think. I'm well off with gaming now. So, right, yeah, what was all that about? Was that reviews?
That was
going on about reviews.
I think reviews are done, mate.
Well, you know what the next section is, don't you? Is that still on?
Probably not.
Who's that?
No. Oh, no, I'm not.
You have to?
No, that's
no, it's not me.
Why is it always me?
Dean, answer it.
Answer it.
Hello? Is that Christopher Nolan?
Yes, it is. Hello.
You sound like you've got a bad throat there. Are you okay? How's your health?
You have actually caught me a bit of a bad time, yeah. My throat's not working so well today.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, thank you for taking your time out to do an interview with Popcornography. It's massive, isn't it, Si? Like, to have Christopher Nolan on our little podcast
It certainly is
something to be.
I'm a very busy man.
I can imagine with
you're
you,
lucky.
with your new film.
hang on, I was just Dean, you're missing the phone call.
He does this all the time, doesn't he? He goes off to the toilet every time we
all
ring
the
someone.
time.
How do you feel the critical success and everything with Dunkirk's going? Are you all happy?
Well, yeah, I'm very happy with that. You see, I try to do something a bit different with it, you know. I try to bring a few elements to that film, and you know, it took me many hours of sitting down, editing, and doing all different scenes. Did you like what I did with it?
I did a review in the podcast, and I was saying how I loved every single element of it. I thought it was excellent.
You said...
Wait. I mean, I'll be honest, you was... It sounds very rude, but you were going to be second choice because we were going to interview the main star, but there isn't a main star. Is there a reason why you didn't... Because you usually like to have a main...
Yes, but don't you know,
actor.
I am the main star in that film.
I'll be honest, you are.
I am the main star. If you look at what I did with that film, was something completely different.
He's actually got a point there, right? That film is marketed.
Of course, I've got a point.
I'll just put him on hold a second. That is marketed as a Christopher Nolan film, not like a Tom Hardy film or a Tom Holland film or a Robert Downey. It's advertised as a Christopher Nolan film. He doesn't even need any actors anymore because the name of the director sells it.
Well, hey.
So anyway, we'll get back to him. Sorry for putting you on hold there.
Why did you put me on hold?
Technical issues.
Just put a top director on hold. Brilliant.
One thing I'd ask, like, I put a tweet up about Tom Hardy and how you like to have him in a mask all the time. Now, he's a good-looking chap. Why do you keep hiding him? He's a great actor, and through that whole film, he's got he's an airline pilot. He's an airline fighter jet man. You can only see his eyes, and I just feel that's a bit wasted. He could have done another role, maybe.
Because the reason is that guy gets far too much media attention and he outshines me. And this film was about me, not about
He did it with Bane as well.
Yes, exactly. So if you cover his face, actors hate it when you cover their faces, their eyes, their faces.
Exclusive, yeah.
So,
Wow.
So what I would have thought is, whenever he comes on screen, let's get rid of that pretty boy face, get him slapped in there. The girls will still love it anyway. But this film was all about me. It was my little way of just to get in there and just really do something different. It wasn't about Tom Hardy. Do not mention Tom Hardy ever again.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, Christopher Nolan. Mr. Nolan.
Mr. Nolan.
Have you got any questions for him, Si?
Mr. Nolan, what did you have for your tea?
One time for my tea, I had boiled eggs.
Good lad. That's
The
it.
deep, powerful questions. These are the questions people want answering.
Exactly.
What's your next film, Nolan?
Well, I haven't decided, actually. I've decided which films to move on to next. You probably know better than me.
Dunkirk 2.
I don't know what you're doing.
Dunkirk 2.
Dunkirk 2.
Why are you laughing at that? Is that fact, Simon?
Big T.
Do you want to be in a film, Simon?
No.
Have you just been offered to be in one of his Christopher Nolan's films?
I have.
You said no to that.
I said no.
I've got a question for you,
Put
Mr.
you in a
Nolan.
mask.
Exactly.
John's got a question for you.
Director Nolan, would you feel that this...
Are you the Geordie one?
Have you finished wiping?
I've been called many things on this podcast, Mr. Nolan, you would not believe. But would you feel as though that you wanted to portray quite a factual sense, or did you want to go down a different route?
That's a very deep question. That's a very deep question for you, Geordie John.
Well, I'm hoping you can answer it, Mr. Nolan.
Well, you know, it's a really interesting question. So interesting. Let's just move on, shall we?
Oh,
All right.
I thought that was a good question. But I mean, honestly, thank you for taking your time out there, Nolan.
Yeah, thank
we
you
look
very
forward to
much.
whatever your next. I'm trying to find out what your next film's going to be, but there's bot all. There's
It's
nothing.
a secret project, that's why.
Oh, I recently watched Memento. I thought that was very good. Thank you for bringing that into my life.
Don't you worry, there'll be more things brought into your life, Mr. Masters.
Thank you.
Memento, wasn't that brought back in like 1962?
It's an older film, but it's like starts at the end and finishes at the start, and it was brilliant. That was very clever. You like doing that weird like shot timeline thing, don't you?
Yeah, so we've done it better, you see, but I think it's brilliant because this makes me the star, like you said.
So you can answer that question, but you can't answer the what I... Right, okay, that's great, Mr. Nolan, thank you.
Just looking for my hanging up sound effect. Is it that one? Yeah. I've hung up on him.
Wow.
He's gone.
I don't think.
Oh, welcome back, Dean. How was that? How was your toilet trip?
Hang on. Is Dean back? Hang on.
Dean's back, yeah.
It's a bit late, that, Rick.
Is it? He's already back in the room?
He wants at the dog. You missed Nolan there, Dean.
Somehow I miss these celebrities every single week.
You've got terrible bladder control, so...
It is, at one point. I need to go again now.
Don't do that.
Actually, no, that's a bad idea.
Does it make you need the toilet?
Yeah.
What's this do?
There's someone getting away from the laptop.
Anyway, sorry. So that was our interview. So should we talk about our new feature?
Yep.
This is the classic review. So each week we're going to have a certain actor or genre or year or anything, right? And we all four of us come in with a film from that category, genre, year, actor, and we all fight for wanting to watch it. All right? We whittle down the 4 films down to 2, and them 2 go to a public vote on Twitter for what we're going to watch, and then we'll review it in the next podcast. Does that all make sense?
No. Yeah, because it doesn't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
The idea is because you, John, rarely get to see a film that's just come out because you have children and no money. Simon very rarely sees a brand new film because he's got kids and no money. So this means you can both jump in and review a film with us.
I don't do this because of us, you know.
Well, it is just so you've actually got something to say, really. So this, because...
I've had something to say in a review. Wonder Woman, 3/4 of the way through Alien Covenant.
Yeah, that's... yeah. Wonder Woman that came out
Feel proud of that.
months ago.
Crack on.
So we've decided to do this week. Can we have a drum roll, please, Simon? So this week we're doing Pierce Brosnan Bond movies. Partly due because of the Bond news that when the next one's coming out. But the reason we chose this one is because Pierce Brosnan not only is a great Bond, but he's got 4 films, which makes it dead easy. Can you remember which ones we've all got?
Die Another Day.
GoldenEye.
The World Is Not Enough.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Who wants to argue for their film first?
We all just jump.
I'll argue for mine. Tomorrow Never Dies is one of my favourite Bond films ever. The stealth ship, which is actually a working ship going from one place to another across the sea. I was going to say where, but I realised I don't know. I think the final scenes are fantastic. It's been a very long time since I watched it. I kind of want to watch it again. So that's my argument. Terrible argument. I'll be honest.
Die Another Day I haven't seen in quite some time. Must admit I'm going back off some sort of memory. I just thought it was possibly one of Pierce Brosnan's best one.
Is that the one at the end where he goes, "Christmas only comes once a year"? It's Denise Richards in it.
Can't remember.
This is your film.
Can't remember. But I know I did enjoy it out of the 4 that we have mentioned. Yeah. So I haven't really got much of an argument because I really haven't seen it in quite a while. But from what I can remember, I enjoyed it more.
Okay. Is Tomorrow Never Dies the one with the invisible car? You know when they're trying to get into his car and he can control it with remote control?
Yes.
Because that's an amazing scene.
Because he's in a multi-story car park and he just drives it off the multi-story car park.
Remote control car.
Yeah. That's right.
Let me just make sure it's that one, because if it's not, I want to I give up on my film. No, it is Tomorrow Never Dies. That scene is fantastic, one of the best scenes from Bond.
Yeah.
They go over to it just thinking they're going to break into this BMW, and they smack the truncheon thing off the window, and
Literally
nothing happens.
indestructible.
And so they're shooting at it, nothing happens, and they're just like, how are we going to get into this thing? And then then it just starts up on its own, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then drives and collects him, and it's a brilliant scene. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Loved it when I was younger.
Good one.
Well, I think The World Is Not Enough.
See, that one's quite forgetful, isn't
From
it?
1999. Well, not really, because James Bond undercovers a nuclear plot when he's protecting an oil terrorist from
I've got
a
a feeling
former
you're reading
kidnapper.
this.
Well, an international terrorist who can't feel pain, and I did not read that from IMDb.
I remember it now.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
Like it was yesterday.
It's got Sophie Mark.
Oh, right.
Robert Kyle. He's in it.
Great.
I like him.
Oh, it has, yeah.
Denise Richards.
Yeah, that's the one with the I Thought Christmas Only Comes Once a Year.
Robbie Coltrane.
Which one was yours again? World Is Not Enough.
Yeah. Judi Dench. Can't beat a bit of Judy.
Oh, Halle Berry's in Die Another Day. There's another reason to watch it as well.
Yeah. Is that yours? Is it Die Another Day, John? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go.
We should maybe watch that one another day.
What are you doing?
Sweep it up, I think.
I made that one myself. I took 2 sound effects and glued them together.
Oh, that was an exclusive.
You can tell you looped the shit out of that one.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Sorry, Dean.
Should we continue?
Yeah. Well, you're all wrong, aren't you? You're all wrong.
Wow,
Because
what film have you got?
You know the film is going to be GoldenEye. Now, GoldenEye was the classic N64 game.
It was.
I mean,
Oh, I've
everyone
wanted
knows
to play
GoldenEye because of that. One of the best games on the N64. I
Yeah.
spent hours playing multiplayer game that.
Yeah.
But who can forget Xena on top?
Oh, on a
Xena on
top.
a top.
Oh,
yeah.
my god.
And that scene,
Yeah.
she
I
was in
remember
it.
that film so well because of the game, though, the N64
Yes,
game. Because
yeah.
I can now picture every single scene from that film.
But Xena on top. And Sean Bean's in it.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Good old Sean Bean.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, who dies and everything.
He doesn't lose his head in this one, does he?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he falls from such a fucking height, and he still survives. He lands on his back.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of Bond. These are the fun Bonds, which
They're back to the original,
Yeah.
over the
You
top.
want something
fun.
that's a bit, I don't know, believable, though, don't you?
Well, that's where they've gone to now. Look at you all moaning how
Look, right.
depressed you are.
It's
Master.
GoldenEye. It's GoldenEye. We're going to go GoldenEye. I mean, you just have to read this line here. Xena on a top, an assassin who uses pleasure as her ultimate weapon. I mean, there you go there. Pleasure as her ultimate
Which is the one where he gets diamonds in his face.
It's not Pierce Brosnan, is it?
I'm sure it is, you know.
Diamonds in the face.
Yeah, he's a villain. He's got diamonds and it blows up in his face.
Die Another Day.
There
Wow.
you go. There you go.
I think so, anyway.
I knew a
It's got
film.
diamonds in it.
That's it.
It's the first one that... Oh, the bad guy, not Bond, then.
I
Aye.
didn't say Bond.
All right, yeah. Yeah. So, we have to decide on... Everyone has to choose a different film other than their own.
Well, Die Another Day for me.
GoldenEye for me.
GoldenEye for me.
Oh.
I'm not going to say Die Another Day because then we're going to have you locked out.
Well, no, you have to say... Lock it out, Dean.
Die Another Day.
Thank you. Know what you're going to do.
So, Die Another Day's got one, and then Tomorrow Never Dies. You said...
Die Another Day.
And you've got...
Die Another Day.
Who was arguing for that? You?
Yeah,
Right.
not a very good argument, but yeah.
So, it's GoldenEye versus Die Another Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put that up on the voters'
So
Twitter.
can-
We'll have that run for a week, and then gives us a week to watch it, doesn't it? Seem fair?
Yeah.
Or maybe just a few days after this podcast launches. If you
what
miss
we're
it,
doing.
then comment, but you're too late.
I'll probably
Because we'll have watched it by then.
Oh, so are we watching these now?
No.
We have to wait.
They're deciding which one we watch.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right. Next scene is the final section is popcorn questions.
I've got mine straight off.
So the question is this week
Don't know what it is yet, John.
is if you could meet any film character, not actor Simon, character from any movie, who would it be? Who would like to go first?
Me!
Oh, God.
That's John. Go for it.
Neo. Matrix.
Why?
From when he becomes Neo from Mr. Anderson, that journey,
Mr. Anderson.
and then when he just Neo, just
Yeah,
him.
but what's thought of this, have you?
Well, no, I mean,
He's not.
Yeah, I agree. I know where you're going to go with this.
Like, I mean, like the very first one, The Matrix. You got Mr. Anderson. He's the boring office worker, and then he becomes Neo. This person who's going to save the world. Martial art gift.
In this universe, though, I think there's more interesting characters. He doesn't really know anything, does he? Especially in the first one.
But he manages to get off with Trinity for one.
She's horrible.
Shh, carry on, John. You're not.
In that film, she's not.
Looks like a dyke.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
You're just thinking of the latex.
Anyway, but I just thought it was such a great character development between all three of them. Really.
But as a person, he's pretty bland, wouldn't you say, Dean?
Yeah.
Not much going on there, is there?
He didn't want to begin the fight. He had no choice.
He's a hacker, isn't he? So he just sat his computer.
He was thrown into it.
He
I'll give you that. But
doesn't have much personality.
He doesn't, does he?
But no, I just like the character. I do.
Okay. We'll go on. We'll do one person from Twitter, and then we'll do one of ours. Andy Jeffers. He said that Dr. Malcolm from Jurassic Park would be a good chat. He's the one who life finds a way. He's quite a wise guy, and I like this decision. He does, doesn't he? He's when he's in the car with Dr. Sadler, whatever. The water chaos theory and the water in their hands and stuff. So he's got a bit about him.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about, and he's correct through the whole film. Life does indeed find a way. Sequels find a way.
Yeah.
So that's a really good choice. That one.
It's a good choice, yeah. Learned quite a lot from speaking to him, I think.
I think you would.
You would.
And he's back for Jurassic World 2, which I'm very excited about.
Just don't hang around with him, because people he tends to hang around with get eaten.
I've got a couple of choices. First one's a bit of a cheat one, so I'll do the proper one after this. First one's a bit of a cheat one because he is in films.
You know, I do cheat one.
And he isn't a character in films, but it's Stan Lee from the Marvel. He always appears in his films, but have a conversation with him and all the characters that he's come up with and his opinion on all the characters. Stan Lee.
Okay.
He appears in the films.
I get what you mean. It is a bit of a cheat one.
It's a bit of a cheat one, but it'd be awesome talking to Stan Lee.
I don't know who he is.
What do you mean you don't have a clue who he is? Get out of this room.
Have you not seen the cameo appearances?
You don't
in
know
the films
Stan
of the
Lee
old
is?
bloke?
The guy who invented Marvel.
Yeah, Stan
The
Lee.
old boy.
He appears in all most of the films. He has little cameo roles.
Seriously, you don't know who he is?
I'm googling this.
Oh my fucking good God.
Wow.
Stan Lee.
I want to put his head through that mirror.
That is insane.
You could be forgiven for a
Marvel.
lot of things, John, but to not know who Stan Lee is.
Yeah, I reckon.
He doesn't. He fucking doesn't.
know.
He doesn't recognise
That's
him.
insane. This is a big, massive revelation, isn't it?
It is.
John.
I'm glad I
doesn't
brought that
know
little cheat one up there then.
who
Just
Stan
so
Lee
John
is.
can.
You know what? I would love to
Lee is.
talk to that guy. Like
That's what I mean.
He's created all the Marvel characters. He owns Marvel pretty much. Well, probably not so much now.
I'd love to know what happened between him and he fell out with someone, didn't he? Who split off with DC. There was a big, massive rupture, wasn't it? Between was it Spider-Man and Superman, who's the actual content owner, and it was between Stan Lee and someone else.
They had a huge argument.
It's a massive thing, but no one.
Do you know? I'm just looking at his net worth.
But the other guy's
right?
dead, isn't he?
And they're saying, right, it could be estimated anywhere between 50 to 200 million.
Yeah.
Right? That's a bit of a gap. Between 50 and 200 is net worth.
I don't know if people know exactly how much control he's got anymore of Marvel.
No, I don't think he does. He's sold a lot of the rights over.
He's just sadly lost his wife. They've been married for like 70 odd years or something, haven't they?
Rest in peace, his wife.
We've had a movie decode. He said the Big Lebowski fella.
Why?
Because he'd be quite interesting to talk to. He's a lunatic, isn't he? And then we've got Gatto, who said Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Oh,
He would be brilliant.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, it's a good shout. That
Share a beer with him.
he'd be fun to talk to, wouldn't he?
Imagine everything he knows, though. I mean, he invents time travel, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got some brain on him.
I think mine would be... Mine's a bit more somber one, really. But mine would be John Creasy, I think it is, from Man on Fire. Denzel Washington.
Epic film.
I mean, just because of what he... a contracted killer. But obviously, he's got history within the army, the Marines, whatever he was with. He's done some high profile. I mean, yeah, he's a bit off track, bit of an alky. Wants to die a lot.
Yeah, he is off the rails a bit.
Yeah, but I tell you what a bloke he could. Some of the stories he could tell you. That end scene where they do the trade and the girl comes back and that song comes on, and, whatever it is. And I tell you what, I well up because you think, oh my god, this is the end. This is the end game for him. And what a man.
Really good choice. We've got Monkey Intai. She says Captain America for
obvious reason.
Yeah, I think he just fancies him. Movie Mania Guru is he said Thor. Probably not for the same reason, unless
I just want to clarify that.
Wants to see his big hammer.
Doesn't actually say why, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We've got Wade W05. He said Captain Jack.
Good shout.
I think he'd do my head in after a while, though.
No,
he would a little bit. He'd be like, all right, stop.
Well, to be fair,
all he would do is feed your rum. Feed your rum and feed your rum. You'll be on the same fucking wavelength in about 3 hours.
Just don't bring any change or jewellery, because it'll be nicked.
Yeah.
He's a pirate after all.
I think after a bit of time, I'm like, oh god, this guy never stops. But I think he'd be fun at first. We've got Jezza_Gamer2. He said Tony Stark. No particular reason. Maybe he just wants to borrow some money. Flash 0930 said Star-Lord. That's not a bad shout. He'd have a lot of stories to tell, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know if he's telling the truth or not.
John's wondering. Do you not wonder? Come on.
There's some good music.
He does from the 80s, wouldn't he?
John.
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Wow, well, you need to catch up on Marvel, mate.
He's still fucking Googling it, so he still doesn't have a clue.
The main character, Chris Pratt. Holy shit. Latter Caper said Deadpool. Again, fun, but maybe could get a little bit,
Yeah.
He kind of goes over the top of it, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. And some shit would go down.
What would you pick?
So my choice would be V from V for Vendetta.
Yeah, but it tells you a lot in the film.
He does, but I think he'd have an awful lot of stories, and he's obviously very strong. Feels very strongly about what he's fighting for.
We're now not getting your tits up because he always talks in riddles.
No, I like that. It's interesting.
I probably
really never understand what he's talking about.
Really good film, though. It is a really good film. I just wouldn't like the ways that recruitment process.
And I think Mystique would be high up on my list as well, because imagine spending the night with her. She could be
anybody,
anyone you wanted.
Anyone you wanted.
And
I'd say, could you just be Jennifer Lawrence, constantly naked?
Yeah, spending some time with her would be very interesting. But maybe different reasons.
She's alright. She'll do.
She can be whoever you want her to be.
Like Mystique! I thought you were talking about Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh
yeah, Mystique. Yes, I would. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the end of the podcast for this week. I will be back in a couple of weeks' time for another normal podcast. You can find us on YouTube as well. We shot up the charts on iTunes.
Woohoo!
Did we?
I can't remember what number we were at, but we went up a lot higher than we were before.
1,000 and what?
So whoever's listening, thank you very much. I'd love a review. If anyone would do a review for us, that would be absolutely amazing. I know it's asking a lot.
Oh God! What, review our podcast?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
See, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
We'd be sacked.
I listen to a lot of podcasts at work.
Were we employed in the first place?
And you got Angry John. They're like, get rid of him. You got Simon who knows fuck all. Dean with a bad tune.
Dean who doesn't say anything. Like, very quiet this week. Well, I'll let you off. You're very hungover. We have to thank Christopher Nolan for coming on. That was very kind of him. Taking his time out. And you can find us on Twitter at popcorn_media. You can find us on Facebook, Popcornography. Just look for the red power button. And go to our website, popcornography.co.uk, which, like we were saying before, should be branching out into other areas eventually, as we look into that. But thanks very much for listening, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye.